there and be caught on camera just having a candid conversation with each other, or were you comfortable with that?
It was very comfortable. You know, Gene babbles a lot.
He doesn't remember.
Gene is an only child, and for that reason, he tends to think that everything revolves around him. And everything that ever happened around him. But, you know, after...
What's your point?
That.
I call that the sun syndrome. You're the sun and we're just planets in your solar system.
Let me ask you something, Craig. How much tail have you gotten saying you're Gene Simmons?
From Kiss.
From Kiss.
As long as the lights are off, a lot more than I should.
Were some of them girls?
Yes.
And some were animals.
I have to tell you, the biggest tip I got 20 years ago about doing an impression of Gene Simmons, someone said,
$20, is that the biggest tip?
watch Benjamin Netanyahu, it's the same voice. That was the advice I was given. If you watch him, hi, this is Benjamin Netanyahu from Kiss. Wow, it's the same voice. Oh my God. And that's how I learned, that's how I started. But yeah, the impression, I say from Kiss because you said that on my answer machine once.
You told me to say that.
I remember thinking, I know who you are. Of course I know who you are. And that became the running joke, is to pause and say, from Kiss.
It's not a joke, it's proper.
I've heard you say that. I've heard you say to people, you should always tell somebody who you are and what you do for a living.
Don't assume. Yeah, don't assume.
So, as a member of Kiss, one of the biggest rock bands in the world, when you meet somebody who knows who you are, but isn't familiar with your music, what's the dumbest question you get from people who aren't familiar with what you actually do when they realize who you are?
Well, people think you're Alice Cooper. I've seen that
Is that true?
before. Oh yeah, and
Or Engelbert Humperdinck.
Everybody knows Engelbert Humperdinck. And who's the other one?
Wait,
Andre the Giant.
Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
Andre the Giant?
Oh yeah.
Someone said, I know who you are, you're getting ready to sign an autograph.
This is the Engelbert story. So I cut my hair real short, doing a movie, got a suntan, three-piece suit and stuff, and I go to Las Vegas to see somebody I was seeing at the time who was singing in a Las Vegas show. And I land at the airport, and the limo pulls up, and I'm looking, you know, hot and bothered. I'm just a hot mess. And the limo pulls up, yeah, it's me, here I am, Vegas, and two very attractive women come teetering over. Oh my God, it's him. I'm going, yeah, good to be me. And they go, can we please have your autograph? Can we please? Of course, ladies. Tell me what to write. To Lola, love you, Engelbert. I swear that's a true story.
I believe it.
So I told Engelbert, I did a duet with Engelbert Humperdinck. I told him that story, and he told me, he every once in a while signs Gene Simmons, you know.
I believe it because sometimes when you're as famous as you guys are, a crowd will form around you and other people might not know who you are, but they'll say, well, I should get a picture too. And they want to come over.
I had an argument with a woman for a long time that I was not Richard Simmons. Don't tell me.
People used to think he was Fred Thompson, the former senator, and he was an actor on one of what was he on, a law show or something? Fred Thompson. Law and Order, Fred Thompson. Tell him about the Andre the Giant.
Coming out of a movie theater many years ago, before you were born, and two, you know, neighborhood kids were going in back of me and, hey man, it's you. Hi, how you doing? Nice to see you. Come on, go like this with your hand. I go like this. Oh my God, it's Andre the Giant. Look how big.
That's amazing. I got a phone call from Paul a few years ago that scared me because someone said, Paul's gonna call you. And I said, for what? What did I do? And they said, he'll tell you. And you called me and said, Craig, I have a band that I put together, and it's this cool idea. I love soul music. I love old R&B and old soul tunes. And I'm gonna do a show, and I just think it'd be great. It's a perfect show to have a comedian open up. Would you want to do it? And I said, of course I'd love to do it. And then you got George Lopez to also perform on the show. And he comes out and does this show and does hit after hit after hit of old school, it was like Otis Redding, Jackson 5, with this amazing band that was called Soul Station. And you just put out, and then you put out a second album recently. It seems to be something you really love doing as a side project.
I grew up, as much as I grew up listening to, British rock, my first music that I listened to, other than early rock and roll, was Motown and Philly soul. That's really my roots. I was lucky. I did see Otis Redding when I was a kid, and that music has always meant a lot to me. So to have the freedom to put together a band, a 15-piece band of people who have played with everybody from Smokey to Stevie Wonder to Whitney Houston, and the list just goes on, and be able to do all those songs and also do original songs, my life doesn't suck. I get to do a whole lot of things that, if I can dream it, I can do it.
So I have a question.
And Eric, let me tell you something. As soon as I thought about putting this band together, all I thought was, please, I hope Eric will do it, because Eric can play any kind of music. If you put a quote-unquote metal drummer into Soul Station, it would be a disaster. But this guy grew up playing big band with his dad, and you're awesome, little guy.
Thank you. I got a question though. What I want to know is, he said you put out a second album. I don't know about that album. Which one is that?
He just insulted you to your face, man. You just kept talking.
No, he said a second album. What's the second album?
When people are nice, just agree with them.
Okay.
Yeah, we put out 10
I thought you
albums.
did an album without me. That's why I was asking.
Aren't we here to have these nice people ask questions?
Absolutely. We have a 6-man representative out here somewhere with a microphone, if you could identify.